Good morning. I'm Mayor Owen Newcomer, City of Whittier, and it's a pleasure to be with you today. Whittier is a special place. Founded more than 100 years ago by Quakers who were seeking a place that they could develop a community, have farms, raise their families, and put together a community based on the principles of the Quaker religion. Well, there's still two Quaker congregations in town, but obviously now with almost 90,000 people, Quakers are a small percentage of our community. But their spirit, the ethos that they started, are still very much part of the city of Whittier. We have an emphasis on churches, volunteer groups, charitable organizations. A lot of activity takes place in Whittier to help those who are less fortunate. From our Women's Children's Crisis Center, to the First Day Homeless Shelter, to providing education with Whittier College, a Quaker institution, at least at its beginning, and now a very prominent liberal arts college that's right here in the heart of town. Whittier, though, has gone through changes. Like any community, we've gone through agricultural changes from when we were walnut groves to citrus groves. Today you can't find an agricultural grove in Whittier. We're a business community, we're a homeowner community, we're a residence community. We have a thriving business retail establishments in town. We have major hospitals, two of them, Presbyterian Hospital, Whittier Hospital, that also serve the needs. But in recent history, probably the two biggest issues to come out of our community were one, the '87 earthquake. Being an older community, a lot of our buildings did not survive that '87 earthquake, and thus we had to reimagine what we wanted the community to look like. Do we want apartment buildings replacing single-family homes, homes that have now fallen down? The community said no. We want to preserve our history and keep our single-family communities, while also supporting our multifamily communities that already exist. And that led to a lot of changes in our zoning, a lot of changes in the way we approach development to protect the residentialness of our city. Well, those battles are still going on. The reforms are still taking place. And this is 2012 and we still have empty lots where homes came down in 1987 and haven't been rebuilt. We have business spaces in Uptown that haven't been rebuilt. So it's still a struggle, but we're making progress. So the '87 earthquake made a big difference in the type of community we wanted to preserve. The other big issue was our hills. Our hills for almost a century were oil property. And, well, they didn't get developed except for drilling oil. Well, oil petered out at some point, and the oil company said, we can make better use of this land by selling it and building homes here, building businesses here, putting in, well, they had all sorts of things they wanted to put in the hills. At that point, the community said, wait a minute, we like our hills. We like the visual, we like walking in our hills, we like the serenity of living next to undeveloped hills, and the community came up with money to buy the property from the oil companies, and well, they're still preserved. Now, life isn't actually fun unless there's a controversy or two out there. So in the last few years, we have revisited our hills and decided, well, could a little bit of oil drilling take place up there and be beneficial to the community as well as beneficial to the hills? Very controversial. Our city council decided, yes, that's a project, if done right, can be a win-win for the hills and a win-win for the city. And what we've done is we've allowed 7 acres to be taken out of its preserved status. On those 7 acres, oil wells will be drilled. These will be underground wells, not the traditional wells where you see 30 pumpers around you, but underground. And the money from it will be used to buy additional acreage to offset that 7 acres so that the amount of acreage preserved in our hills actually expands. Okay, we take away 7 acres, but we add more than 7 acres. It'll also take money from the oil drilling to restore native habitat. While the hills weren't built on except for the oil wells. There's a lot of invasive plants up there. There's a lot of disturbed territory where they put in roads and put in well sites of the old traditional type throughout those hills. So except for the 7 acres, the money will go for reforesting, replanting in native plants so that the preserve is more in its natural state. Also, money will go to preserve and enhance the wildlife corridor. Right now we have a very big obstacle in that corridor called Kalima Road. It's a major thoroughfare. It cuts through the preserve, and unfortunately lots of wildlife get killed trying to cross Kalima Road. There's already one underpass. Money from this project will build a second underpass, which will be tailored for animals. The first underpass is tailored for humans. This underpass, the new one, will be designed to encourage animals to use it, similar to one that already exists further east in another community that also is seeking to preserve a wildlife corridor in their community. It's been very effective in the other community. We think it'll be very effective here. So we'll get restoration of plants, we'll get safer corridor movement for the animals, we'll get additional acreage. We give up 7 acres in order to get all of that. Obviously, there's also benefits to the city. We will get a percentage of the revenue from that oil going to the city because the city owns the mineral rights. And thus will increase our ability to provide services to our residents, will expand the preserve. We think it's a win-win. As you can imagine, it's been very controversial. But those have been 2 major changes in our history. The '87 earthquake that got us to rethink what type of neighborhoods we wanted, what types of businesses we wanted, what we could do to recover from the '87 earthquake, and our hills. When the oil companies decided it wasn't economical, it went into preserve, economics changed, now it can be economical, and in a way that minimizes the impact up there and benefits everyone. So those are the 2 big changes. Whittier's got a long and proud history, and I think we're in good shape to have a continued long and proud history. Been around 100 years, plan to be around 100 more, and Whittier's just a great place. We like to say Whittier's a place you come to because you like it. You like living here, you like working here, and you like, well, going up to our hills and taking a walk, seeing the deer that are up there, the wildlife, coyotes, rabbits, and although you don't see them too often, we do have a mountain lion or 2 or 3 up there, and once in a while you might catch a glimpse of a bobcat up there. We're very proud of our community, and well, very proud to talk about it. Thank you very much.